Hello, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 on Lost Worlds. Since last episode, finished up the chopping of the grass here on our grass field there. We still have the second field left to do yet. I'm still thinking I'm probably going to bale this field, Evan, because I'm kind of curious to see how many bales we'll end up with off this field. Speaking of which, I should probably should just start that process right now here. Also, I want to check and see once how much is in our fermenting silo here as well. But I've got, I think that's the last of it in the 4020 there. In that forage box. So we're going to haul that in there a minute, and we'll see how that fermenting silo is doing. I'm sure it's not keeping up, at least, actually, you know what, I wonder if it's even on. Might have to check that next one. I know sometimes you got to turn them on. I'm not sure if that one's on by default or not. Anyway, let's get you going here a minute. You do have a weird offset. You probably don't need one, if I had to guess. So zero that out. First waypoint. Drive the course, and he should be good, I think, in this case. I don't think this is one we have to turn on at all. Maybe just double check that here a minute, make sure. Otherwise, course play gets finished going around and around the field, and it does absolutely nothing. Ask me how I know about this. Mostly from the mower. Done that a few times. Okay, anyway. Looks like, yep, we're good. Back to 4020 here. Just hauling this in here, man. Oh, actually, the International is actually parked there at the moment. We have to make sure I'm loading that as well. We were definitely keeping the wagons moving. You notice, actually, yeah, speaking of keeping the wagons moving, I've actually got the fourth wagon out there as well. We kind of grabbed it. It was towards the end of the last episode that we grabbed the Gale. Never actually used it. But, yeah, between episodes, that one definitely broke it out. We definitely needed it here to keep up with the amount of grass that was coming off the field, especially with it being raked up like that. Speaking of which, I'm sure we probably lost a little bit here, too. Just if you're not paying super close attention when, the forage box fills up, or if you're using the New Holland, which doesn't fill up, it gets to, like I said, around that 87-ish% or so, and it just stops filling. It kind of sort of fills a little bit here and there, but, like I said, it pretty much stops, right? So, again, I'm sure we probably lost a little bit, unfortunately, just the way chopping works. It'd be nice if Giants would do something about that. I know they've added capacity on the choppers now, so that is nice, but still be nice if, just get, 100% stop, like the harvesters do or something like that. What if there's a mod out there that does that? Just happen to think that. I want mods out there for almost everything. There's probably a mod out there for that. I don't think the stop mod does anything with chopping that I know of. The full stop mod, by the way. One of those mods, Evan, that just adds a couple of nice little features, like when it comes to baling, right, Evan? It'll stop the tractor when you're baling, stuff like that. Just a, nice little feature. Okay, just gonna park this up here for now, I guess. Speaking of forage boxes, we got quite a few of them here now. We got the ones up there, obviously. We got 2 more additional Meyer boxes here. Again, really like the looks of these boxes. I mean, like I said, definitely some of the nicest boxes out there. Got some nice customization options on them as well. Okay, just stopped on load. I was curious, Evan. Is there unload here? Well, maybe you could unload out the back of these, because like I see there's like hydraulics back here. What are these hydraulics for? Which makes me think like looks like the back should open or something. You can unload out the back, but maybe not. I'm not seeing like any option for it. I don't see any option to change unload either, so okay, we'll just keep unloading the way we normally do. The reason these boxes are designed this way, and they're kind of designed to work with these blowers like this, right? Pull it by the blower, dump right into it, and that blower obviously blows it up to the top of the silo there. Okay. Yeah, that one's definitely a little bit larger than our other boxes. That's for sure. Definitely holds a little bit more as well. Okay, let's go double check this silo here. Like I said, I believe we are done here at this point. How are we looking over here? Wow, we are actually, believe it or not full. This silo apparently actually holds a fair amount. And also, yeah, it looks like we do have to turn it on here because it is not actually running, is it? So let's activate that. There we go. That should actually start now. Too bad I didn't check that earlier. We probably would have had I don't know about a lot, but we definitely would have had some silage, right? I don't know how quick this particular fermenting silo is. Large fermenting silo 2. No idea what that means. It'll be cool, like, okay, upgrade the silo, right? I'm going to go from fermenting silo 2 to fermenting silo 3. You know, increase the speed and capacity of it, right? Or something. Anyway. Making noises. Well, let's finish cleaning up, everyone. I want to get some manure on the field here. Oh, speaking of manure, I don't know what tractor should we use. That's a good question. Probably should just grab this forage box here as well, I guess, because I don't have enough tractors to take all this stuff back with otherwise. There we go. Curious to see how many bales we end up with here on our hay field there as well. Again, typically in the past, when we got anywhere from like, was it 4 to 6 bales, I think was pretty typical. So we'll see if we can maybe, I don't know, double that number here this time around, maybe. And of course, when I say double, I don't know if that's still of any benefit to us, because even if we double that one, again, as a reminder, we were able to mow every single in-game day last time. Or park this here. And again, that was, like I said, netting us anywhere from 4 to 6 bales. I think the one time we got a few less, I think it was 4. Must have forgot to, like, fertilize it or lime it or something. I mean, I think there was actually something, like, wrong at that time. I probably just, like I said, forgot something. I'm not sure what I forgot, if it was, like I said, lime or fertilizer, but we definitely missed something. Okay, let's grab another tractor here. Alice Chalmers. Yeah, that could probably be our manure spread tractor. Why not, right? Or push for emergency stop. Interesting. What that actually does. It disengages the PTO somehow. Put this up by the rest of the boxes here, hopefully. Get a little crowded up here. We've definitely been adding the equipment here as of late. And we got a few new tractors here as well, so shouldn't have any more tractor shortages at this point, right? Okay, hopefully that's somewhat out of the way, sort of, I guess. Okay, and where are we doing, slurry or manure? Maybe we should do both. I think I mentioned that last time, but did I ever, speaking of slurry, did I ever set up a slurry fill? Yes, I did. Okay. Yep, I do actually have a slurry fill point, so. Speaking of filling, we're going to fill up the manure spreader here first. I don't know if it'll actually make a difference or not, because auto drive might still go run the route. We'll see once here. Well, at least I have it full, so we're hopefully ready to go if course play doesn't. Okay, topping that off here. Field 6. We need... No, this is the wrong way around, right? Yes, I believe that's what we want. We want field 6 as our target. And then we need fill manure. We are filling manure. And we got to go create our course by course here a minute. And then also turn on the course play mode here. This definitely confused me the first time I did this. I'm pretty sure this is possible. And I was trying to do it from course plays end of thing. You actually have to do it from auto drive. So again, we're going to be using both auto drive and course play. Oh, that reminds me, we need to return that atrocity there. I know myself, we need that out of my mod folder apparently. It works, or at least it seems to work better if you ride along with it, everyone, which is kind of annoying, right? Like, what's the point of that then, right? Oh, 2 headlands? Yeah, that should be good. Set that to -2. That's what I always like to set it to. Gives ourselves a little bit of overlap there. Haven't had a whole lot of issue with missing spots here on our fields, so. And let's see here. I bet you. Let's try this here. I'm going to go to this line here. Start on this line and see if that makes a difference here. Again, my routes on here, kind of a bit of a spaghetti mess, I would say. I wasn't just, again, there's like no really roads per se here, so some of my routes are just kind of like all over the place here, unfortunately, but no. Hopefully he'll actually start here, not like go and decide he needs to run the fill and stuff like that. Actually, we're good. We're good like that. Auto drive, switch over to course play. Course play's running. What he's doing. This is widest turn ever. Okay, well, he's moving at least. Rather inefficient on that turn there, I would say. And before I forget, let's return this piece of garbage. Yeah. Oh, let's see, 4430. I'm looking for probably the 4020. That's usually what I put on the baler. Actually, yeah, that's right, 4020. I think it was over here, wasn't it? And it would help if I had the right screen for selecting tractors. It'd be nice if Giants would clean that up. I'm like, do we really need all these different map screens? Like, oh my goodness, can we like maybe combine them down to one here? Because I don't know about you folks, the number of menus here, it's getting to be a little bit ridiculous if you ask me. And then we got mods that add even more menus, and then there's multiple settings menus, and like, oh my goodness, really, people, like, do we really need this many settings menus? I don't know. The user interface, I would say, was a lot cleaner for Farming Simulator 19. Just my opinion, everyone. Nice to see if maybe Giants will hopefully clean that up here a little bit for Farming Simulator 25. Speaking of Farming Simulator 25, I want to know which one of you folks out there ordered the tornadoes. I've got words. Like, who wanted tornadoes in the game? Kind of old news, I suppose, at this point. When Giants, of course, announced that here. That's probably a month or two ago now, I think, wasn't it, Evan? We briefly, I think, discussed it here in the live streams. I don't know if I ever really discussed it on the videos here, Evan. But for those of you who have not seen it, yeah, that's one of the new features in Farming Simulator 25, apparently, is the severe weather. Now, I am okay with the weather. I'm going to find that kind of a good idea. I don't know about tornadoes, though. And by the way, tornadoes, Evan, will actually apparently destroy your crops. So, yeah, if you get a tornado, it's going to be bad business for you. That being said, like I said, I've mentioned this before, but I think that would be a cool feature here for Farming Simulator 25, where weather actually affects your crops. Maybe we get a bad year for weather. Well, guess what? We're not going to probably have the greatest yield of crops, even though maybe we did everything right. Everyone, we got down the perfect fertilizer and lime and sprayed the weeds and all that good stuff. Hey, weather was terrible. Guess what? Our yield, maybe not terrible, but it's not going to be great, right? Some cool options too for mod authors. Maybe you're making a bit of a drier map, or for those who watch Mike Mitchell on YouTube, there obviously their farming conditions are, I think a good word for this would be deplorable, right? Their farming conditions up there are a bit deplorable at times. Maybe some evil mod map maker out there can make a map like that where it's just yeah, your yield terrible. Even if you do everything right, you'll still end up losing money because, well, you can't afford it, right? Can't afford to replant the field because you didn't make nothing last year, basically. Also, like we're getting quite a few fails here so far. I think we're on, what, third, fourth one here? That's more than we normally get for the entire field. Maybe not more than normally. So normally, I would say it's about 6. Good to build up our supply here for the cows. They're probably going to start going through more feed here at this point, I would think. We got a whole bunch of calves that are growing now, so I think our food output will be increasing. For those who haven't seen one of the newest updates here for Farming Simulator 25, they've announced spinach as one of the new crops. A crop that you can plant once, harvest twice, if I understand it correctly. I think, was it June and like September, October, or something like that? I forget what the dates were of them, but you plant it, you can harvest it once, let it regrow, and then harvest it a second time, apparently. Well, careful, stay away from the grass. I don't know what that'll do here, so. Pick that little bit up right there. Not a whole lot in that windrow, but it'll add up. And again, I'm curious to see how much we'll actually end up with off this field here. And just a reminder, Evan, by the way, if you haven't already clicked that subscribe button, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. And of course, once you are subscribed, don't forget to turn on your notifications there as well. And of course, as always, Evan, if you like the video, well, hopefully you know what to do. Click that little thumbs up icon there. Also very much appreciated. And if you'd like to catch more RDAllen content, and like that, a video a day is not enough, I don't know, maybe you're some sort of psychopath or something, you got to see more. You can find myself over on Twitch, RDAllen on Twitch. We do live streams typically Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays here as of late, everyone. Might even be able to catch a glimpse of the baby, too. And typically that's right around the 8:30 time frame at night. Again, just make sure you're following and or subscribed over there, and you'll get notified, everyone. And a lot of times we're typically playing on the multiplayer server, by the way. Although with that being said, we've done quite a few live streams on this map here as well. Just chopping corn and grass and doing other various tasks on the map here. We've actually done quite a few live streams on this map. Normally I keep the live streams for the multiplayer content, but there's just been a few times where just live stream has lent itself, I think, quite well to doing tasks like chopping grass. I think that's a great job where in 30 minutes, it's hard to get a whole lot done in 30 minutes when you're chopping, right? It's a bit of a more of a drawn out activity. Whereas on a live stream where I'm maybe live for a good hour or so, it works out a lot better, I think. Speaking of chopping, by the way, I want to make sure you stay tuned here. We'll have a bunch more chopping coming up. We've got a cornfield here that I think is probably actually ready to be chopped. At least it looks like this anyway. We'll be chopping that here probably next episode, I'm thinking. We'll probably get into that here. I figure this episode we're going to finish up the hay work here. Get some manure and slurry done here. I'm debating if I want to maybe put slurry on this field here. Let's go check. What does it look like, everyone? If we go check our precision farming map here, yield looks like it was pretty good here last time around. A little low right down there for some reason. We're still really red here. I don't understand why, but like over here we're like cranking out the fertilizer, but up here it's... I don't understand what's up with that. I don't get it. I guess I don't quite understand how this manure all works either, because it doesn't make sense sometimes what it does. Really weird too when like you go one direction and you get a certain amount, go the next direction, it's like, whoa, it's different. Why in the world? Anyway, let's head over to the comment section in a moment, see what you folks had to say here for last episode. Start off with Tim. Tim was saying, can you please do No Man's Land for your next map? We'll have to see. It's a map that's been out for quite a while, and multiple versions too, if I remember correctly. I'd like to say it was a farming simulator, maybe 17 when that map first came out. Maybe it was even 15. I don't know. A couple maps that just been floating around for a really, really long time, right, everyone? say, you know, a testament to a map that's probably pretty good if it can make it through multiple versions of Farming Simulator. Norton was saying, that's a good place for a farm all. That's what I thought as well. Especially the ones we have. Oh, transmission issues, yeah, but don't want to talk about it, right? Let's see, next comment here from No Huber, which has the option to translate to English. I'm not sure why his comment has the option to translate to English, because it looks like it's English. At least it's English enough I can read it. And I quote his comment, "Hey, Alan, great video." Not sure why is YouTube giving me the option, or YouTube, Google, same thing, right? Why are they giving me the option to translate that comment? I just thought that was weird. Christopher was saying, good video, keep it up. Hey, thank you very much for that as well. Always enjoy reading all you folks' comments. And as always, you know, if you got something to say, throw it down below in the comments there. Got any suggestions, something you like to see, something on the series here, you know. Again, leave a comment. Always enjoy reading all you folks' comments there. Some of the informational comments there as well. I know you folks comment on, you know, this or that tractor with features, or this or that with certain, you know, maybe fertilizer related, or whatever it might be. Always enjoy reading information. So, again, thanks for that one. Happy John here had an interesting comment. He was saying, why are all the old tractors so noisy when cars are so quiet? Who wants to listen to the noise all day long? Poor old farmers. You know what? Just speaking of leaving comments, I don't know, maybe you folks can comment on that one. Yeah, that's actually a good question there, if you ask me a little bit. Like, and I'm probably going to fall in the category there of Happy John. Where, you know, in some cases of it, it's nice listening to the old tractor, like, oh, that's got a good sound to it. But at the same time, I do not want to listen to it all day long, right? Especially some of the noisy ones. In particular, I'm thinking of a certain farmer in the area that has an Oliver tractor where they've straight piped it. And I've told this story before, but again, this straight piped Oliver tractor, I would like to hear it for miles. I am not joking, everyone. Miles. Miles and miles and miles. Like, when this farmer is working that tractor, everyone in probably a 5-mile radius knows it. Like, it is that loud. How the person inside that cab is not deafer than a doornail, they've got to be. Unless they're wearing multiple layers of ear protection. I do not quite understand the reasoning of a straight pipe and something like that, but yeah, going back to Happy John's commentary, yeah, tractors tend to be a lot noisier than vehicles. Well, vehicles back in the day, I would say, were a little bit louder than they are today, though, too. I mean, that's something to maybe keep in mind. Your trucks and cars back then weren't always as quiet as they are nowadays. I mean, sometimes nowadays it's hard to tell if they're even running, right? And I'm still talking ones with engines in them, not the electric ones. Obviously, those are really hard to hear running. In fact, you probably shouldn't be able to hear them running at all. Other maybe some electric motor whining noises type of thing. Road noises, stuff like that, right? Even tractors nowadays, I would say, are still significantly louder than vehicle engines. One of the maybe main differences there being horsepower as well. I'd probably comment on the muffler systems maybe not being as good as they are on vehicles, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it nowadays, because some of the mufflers on some of the tractors nowadays, like, oh my goodness, I declare the muffler system is probably half the cost of the tractor. Okay, there we go. We are finished baling that field. Let's get the rest of the equipment off it here a minute, and we'll get these bales picked up. Again, I'm curious to see how many we ended up with here. We got quite a few on here. Also, so much for having the money to pay off the loan. I mean, I kind of sort of took care of that. There's the truck. We're sitting down about the $100,000 level here again. A couple episodes back, and we actually had enough to pay off all our debts, but not anymore. Let's see, are we in the right mode? Oh, apparently we are. Okay. Never know with this trailer. Like, I'm gonna pick them up, or I'm gonna have to push buttons. And if I push buttons, how many times do I gotta push it, right? Never know with this particular trailer. Well, there's 6. Like I said, that's not normally about the most we ever get off this field. We got like some missing spots across this field here or something. What's up with that? You know, most of my fields, I mean, I don't know, mind or notice maybe some small missing spots. But my hay fields, I'm a little more OCD with those. Why is there a missing spot? Kind of weird. Or there being missing spots on this field before, other than those spots that got missed being mowed. Those I understand. But missed being planted, huh? Or something ripped it up. Okay, what do we got here? We got 15 bales, right? 15 bales on that field, so 2.5 times what we normally get. The only thing I'm not sure about, I mean, if that was that 2 months or 3 months we had to wait for that? If it was 3 months, I mean, that definitely did not work out in our favor then. We probably could get more than more just by doing it every single day. However, if it was 2 months, then that actually might be a little more enticing, right, everyone? There we go. Yeah, we got some decent amount of bales in there now. Perfect. Okay, make sure I'm not parked in the way here somewhere, am I? Over here a little bit more, and I think we should be good. Okay, there we go. Let's see how we're looking over on the manure field here. Must be filling up at the moment or something. I don't see. Oh, no, there he is. Okay, well, anyway, on that note, I think with that, everyone, we're going to wrap it up here for this episode. If you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching, and till next time.